Subscribe, like, and share. As humanity continues to explore and use outer space, a growing problem has appeared around Earth: space debris. Space debris refers to all the artificial objects in orbit around Earth that no longer serve any useful purpose. These objects include broken satellites, pieces of rockets, fragments from collisions, and even tiny bits of paint. Over time, this debris has accumulated in Earth's orbit and created serious risks for satellites, spacecraft, and astronauts. Organizations such as NASA and the European Space Agency closely monitor the amount of debris in space, because it can damage important space missions and communication systems. Space debris, also called orbital debris or space junk, consists of man-made objects that remain in orbit after they are no longer functioning. These objects vary greatly in size. Some debris pieces are as large as abandoned satellites or rocket stages, while others are extremely small, like metal fragments only a few millimeters wide. Even very small debris pieces can be dangerous because objects in orbit travel extremely fast, about 28,000 kilometers per hour. At this speed, even a tiny fragment can damage spacecraft or satellites. Scientists estimate that there are tens of thousands of debris pieces larger than 10 centimeters orbiting Earth. Millions of smaller fragments also exist, but are harder to track. Space debris is created in several ways. One major source is old satellites that stop working but remain in orbit. As technology improves, newer satellites replace older ones, leaving many inactive satellites drifting in space. Another major source is rocket launches. When rockets send satellites into orbit, parts of the rockets, such as boosters and upper stages, may remain in orbit after completing their mission. These objects can stay in space for many years. Collisions between objects in space can also create debris. When two satellites or debris fragments collide, they break into thousands of smaller pieces. A famous example occurred in 2009 when a Russian satellite collided with an American communications satellite, producing thousands of debris fragments. In addition, explosions caused by leftover fuel in old satellites or rockets can break objects apart and create even more debris. Scientists worry about a possible chain reaction known as the Kessler syndrome. This concept was proposed by NASA. Subscribe, like, and share.